Hey guys, in today's video I wanted to go over some DRAGONITE gameplay with you guys, since he was one of the probably biggest losers out of the Buddy Barrier and Score Sheet, combo that doesn't work any longer. Score Sheet and Buddy Barrier doesn't stack, or Score Sheet doesn't stack with any other sheets anymore. So if Score Sheet is gone, then you will lose your Score Sheet Unstoppable effect. And DRAGONITE, obviously, all about the Buddy Barrier Score Sheet, having low cooldown on his Unite, being able to fly in. He was one of the biggest abusers, I would say, out of this combo, right? So, gonna play him a bit differently now. So in this game, I'm trying Muscle Bend, Scope Lens, and Focus Bend, and just play more like a PvP character, right? We just fight much more. I think you can still play Buddy Barrier as well over Scope Lens or Focus Bend. I just want to see how a game feels without Buddy Barrier. Also here early on, this is something to stop the XP bug from happening, which should be fixed in 2 days. Just kill the Elite Pup at 9:45 and you should be good to go. You will see that I will hit level 4 after this. I will easily be level 5 just because I killed the Lily Pup at 9:45. So for early game, yeah, we just want to clear our jungle first, get to 5, get our Dragon Dance. And yeah, I just want to see how a game goes without, without having the Buddy Barrier effect, and just playing him like a DPS, right? Similar to like Cinder Age, just staying a lot in ranged and just auto-attacking a crazy amount. Honestly, Scope Lens feels pretty good on this character. He does crit quite often, and his basic attacks do hurt pretty much, or do hurt a lot in DRAGONITE. Has very good attack speed as well. Might sound a bit weird, but yeah, it's actually quite fine. But you can also just run Muscle Bend, Buddy Barrier, and Focus Bend. Or again, but Focus Bend is quite good on junglers for early game fighting, so I do like the Focus Bend. Here I was bot lane, but I see fighting on top side, so I'm just sprinting towards top side, pick up the Speed Berry, and I'm just in time. Starting with the Dragon Dance, doing another Dragon Dance. Every single Dragon Dance gives you more attack, so always make sure that you have stacks, and then we look for kills now, get a Dragon Breath to finish this guy off. Also, every Dragon Breath gives you a boosted auto attack reset, and we get a nice early triple kill. There's also a crit. There was a crit. Nicely done. And we get a nice score in. Get level 6.5. I'm just going to recall here, do my buffs. Don't have to do this as DRAGONITE, but yeah, I just don't want my buffs to be stolen. So we're getting this. And this is the early game, like, just look where you want to gank. You don't have to just necessarily go to one lane. You can still make it to the other lane and counter gank, right? Never be too hard stuck on a lane and think, I have to gank this lane. No, you can always make decisions. When Speed Berries are set up, you can make to the other side of the map very fast. But yeah, playing our Dragon Dance is the most important thing. You can see them on the bottom right. There's our Dragon Dance stacks, you can see them, and that's what we play around the most. So very important to play around those. They give you more attack damage, and also later on they will make you a Hyper Beam do more damage. And they do deplete quite fast. You need like 1 auto attack to get... You get cooldown reduction for every basic attack on your Dragon Dance, so you always need to auto attack. Because the Dragon Dance cooldown is longer than your stack duration, so always make sure you get 1 auto attack in to reset your Dragon Dance by a bit, and then you should always be good to go. So very important as well. And you see I'm still at 3 stacks right now, paying attention to it, doing a nice Hyper Beam, doing a lot of damage here. Again, back at 3 stacks, we auto attack once, we go back into our thingy, still 3 stacks, and another nice Hyper Beam, and finish him off with a lot of damage at the end there. And you can see my auto attack damage is quite nice. Even when I actually crit with Scope Lens, I do very good damage. Here I don't want to kill the goal. I think again it's just way too early to kill a goal right now, especially with the XP bug being around. Certain Pokemon might need some more experience somewhere, so not really worth it. Going back to our blue buff, I'm just going to get level 9 fast. I don't have to though, I could have just went bot lane here. I didn't really have to do this. Get to 3 stacks, I'm going to Hyper Beam this. And you will see he still does the same thing for objectives as well, of course. You can still be the best last hitter for almost any objective quite easily. So I'm just going to instantly start Red now here. Also running the full heal, just in case, before I last hit I get stunned or something. I just want to be escape. And here's enough mobility in Dragon Dance. You don't need the eject button. And now that Buddy Barrier Score Sheet got nerfed, Go Getter is also not really an option anymore necessarily, unless you want to still play like that, which still can work. And you find a huge Hyper Beam. Sadly, I don't think I had full stacks there, but we still did crazy damage. We crit the Pikachu with our Scope Lens as well, and it does quite good damage. Another big Hyper Beam on 3 stacks. Gotta be a bit careful though. He's not really, he's kind of like Cinder Ace. Not really, so like he's a basic attack range auto attack character, right? But obviously his damage output is a bit lower, and he has a bit less attack range, but yeah, Sif is kind of nice to play, and he does feel a bit tanky as well, so. Also, you keep circling between these boosted auto attacks. Also very important to know, he has 3 different boosted auto attacks. Fire 1, Electro 1, and Water 1 for his boosted auto attacks. Water 1 heals. And they also all reset the cooldown of your abilities if you boosted auto attack something. So very important. The blue one heals, the red one does more damage, and the yellow one stuns. So very important. It's not very important, you just basic attack and just try to get them off as much as you can. And yeah, they also reset your Hyper Beam cooldown as well in every single boosted auto attack. So very important for team fights to just be auto-attacking a lot. This character is very auto-attack heavy, and you have to press a lot of buttons over and over again. You have to auto-attack 24/7, you have to go into your Dragon Dance 24/7. Very important. And here we just kite. Find a nice Hyper Beam as well again, but we actually die here. I was very surprised that I died there. Died to the last tick of the Pikachu Unite, sadly. Wait for the respawn, looking at our Cinderace. Can our Cinderace do anything? Not really. As faint, but lives for now. And yeah. No, he sadly went down. No, he went down. Still kind of looking quite bad now. Everyone just died. Next Dread is up, so I'm just going to farm some more Dinos until the Dread spawns. It's really hard for me to fight that though, of course, because no one of my team is up right now. But 2 of them just died as well. So I'm just taking one more blue buff. And I can always fly in. Right now you can use your Dragonite Unite a bit differently than before. You can actually use it to maybe engage into a fight as well, if you're far away. Like here I'm just going to check how much I need, but I don't really have to. The enemies are not there. So baiting up my Dragon Dance stacks again, auto-attacking. Next Dragon Dance stacks, now we are 2. I'm just going to focus on the strat. Like, I get the strat so easily. Right now I have 3 stacks. There we go. There's the Hyper Beam. We also delete the really tough, like it's nothing. And yeah, it's just still so much damage. Actually, Cinderace got this though somehow. I think the Dread was literally 1 HP after my Hyper Beam. So I did a tiny bit too early, but you can still see how much damage it does. And we get a nice triple kill. We get a very nice triple kill there. Huge Hyper Beam damage as well. And you can see it works quite well still, right? Even outside of just being a backdoor Pokemon that just jumps onto goals. He can actually teamfight quite well. Again, not as powerful as Greninja or Cinderace in teamfights, but I don't think it should still not be underestimated. The only problem is if you play against like a good Cinderace or Greninja, you might struggle later on into the game. That's like the biggest issue. Right now we kind of have to finish off this goal right now. If you get Rotom here, the Rotom will kill the goal. So it's quite bad to do this Rotom. So I'm just looking for kills right now. I'm not necessarily looking for the Rotom. Find a nice huge Hyper Beam. And now we just have to kill the goal very fast. But I have too many coins and no score sheets. So yeah, this is the problem that people don't really pay attention to, which happens a lot. People just take Rotom without checking the goals. So now the Rotom just kills the goal and it's completely wasted. It literally did nothing. And it even denied us a bigger score. So yeah, gotta be careful with those. Here I'm just gonna Unite Move myself, just to get some move speed in case the enemies are fighting us. Find another nice Hyper Beam. We can use our move speed to just run away. I'm just gonna out-kite a bit. You can see how much attack damage I do as well with the crit. 800 there on just a normal basic attack. Pikachu thinks he can fight us, but yeah, he has no chance of fighting us. Just auto-attack him, get our boosted auto-attacks ready, and 1900 damage on the Hyper Beam, finishing him off. Of course, it wasn't really needed, but yeah. Now we're almost level 15, so we are pretty good to go. And Zapdos fights are the most difficult thing. You have the best last hit almost still, but just the team fight for the Zapdos can be quite difficult now. So you have to play it very safe and very well. And yeah, then we just look to finish off a Zapdos. At some point, if we get ever like an advantage in Pokemon, I will always just start hitting the Zapdos and hope that, you know, baiting enemies in and going for kills. We can still get one more Dread here. I don't like fighting for this last Dread, but we have a Dragonite, so it's quite easy to take. And the enemies are nowhere to be close, so just taking this very fast. Now the Hyper Beam secures yet another Dread. Killing the Wigglytuff as well. 20 seconds until Zapdos now. And we just want to be in position. We have a lead right now. I'm just going to Dragon Dance on this Pikachu. And he absolutely has no chance. Look, 1.2k crit is on the auto attack. And we just completely obliterate him. A few basic attacks and Dragon Dance. And then one Hyper Beam to finish him off. So yeah, he killed Squishy still very fast as well. And has a good mobility with the Dragon Dance. Has very low cooldown. So I'm trying up to build my Dragon Dance here. And again, you always have to do one auto attack though to get your Dragon Dance back to another stack. Going to the second stack, and my team is just hitting it though. So right now I'm like kind of like, I guess I have to flip. I'm just going to Unite Move for my own stats. Go into another Dragon Dance, and I actually Hyper Beam it here, but I actually run out of Dragon Dance stacks. I actually had no Dragon Dance stack there, but my Hyper Beam still got it. I think it was still very timed. Hyper Beam doesn't matter what. But yeah, could have been quite bad. My team just decided, okay, they want to do Zapdos. I would have rather just fought. And yeah, I think I never had this many Dragonite kills. We had 17 kills, 80,000 damage on Dragonite. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!